Golden State Warriors fans, how are we feeling? Dub Nation, how are we feeling? Welcome back to C-Train Station. I'm C-Train. This is the station. Hey, for those who have subscribed, thank you so much. For those who haven't subscribed, hey, check out this video, maybe check out a few, check out a daily motivational quote, and hopefully you'll be a subscriber as well. Let me catch you up if you're a Golden State Warriors fan. We are now entering the fourth game in the playoff series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Golden State Warriors are down not only 2-1, but also are without their legend, their icon, their GOAT, their talisman, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's injured with a right hamstring injury. He may be back game 6, possibly, if there's a game 6. He may not be. He hasn't had this type of injury before, so the jury's out. And the Warriors, they can win. They can win without him. Can they win the championship without Stephen Curry? Absolutely not. Under no circumstance can the Warriors win the championship without Stephen Curry. But they can win and they can beat the Timberwolves. At least take 1 or 2. Okay? And here's how the Warriors can do it. Here are a couple keys to victory for a squad that is now sort of searching to find themselves again without Stephen Curry. Exploit Warriors keys to victory. Exploit Mike Conley on defense. Hi, my name's C-Train. I'm not going to say how big I am. I'm about Mike Conley's size. Why in the world have the Golden State Warriors not tried to exploit Minnesota point guard Mike Conley in the post? Conley is like 6'1.5", a 6'1" guard. It's like 36, 37 years old. The Warriors need to start this whole game by running Conley off the floor. And what I'm doing right now is I'm giving Warriors strategy, some things that they can legitimately implement that I'm giving the fans, of course, too. So, these are some keys. This is what they can actually do. Yeah, Mike Conley is an older guard. They must take advantage of their mismatches with an older, smaller guard. So here's what you do. Say that Podziemski's bringing the ball up. Mike Conley is guarding him. Have a guy like either Jimmy Butler or Jonathan Kuminga set a screen for Podziemski. Then hopefully they'll get a good switch, and Conley will then be Conley will then be guarding the screener, which will be either Butler or Kuminga. Then you can just take either Butler or Kuminga to the post and go to give them the ball and go to work. If the Warriors aren't exploiting, I haven't seen them do that, which is weird. If the Warriors aren't exploiting the Minnesota Timberwolves defense and their deficits, what they're not as good, if they're weaknesses, then what are they doing? My contention is a lot of times, this is bad. The Warriors are playing to the Minnesota Timberwolves' strengths. So instead of what they should be doing, taking freaking Mike Conley into the post and hopefully getting some points closer to the basket. Instead, what the Warriors are doing is they're trying to take McDaniels, off the dribble. Like a guy who's like a top class defender, right? Instead of doing that, instead of driving to the hoop and getting a good mismatch with a forward on a guard down low, it's like we're going straight at Rudy Gobert. So the Warriors need to work smart, just as smart as they're working hard. They can start by exploiting Mike Conley in the post. Buddy Hield doesn't have to win for the Warriors. He doesn't have to win the game for the Warriors. He doesn't have to be that hero, but he can't lose. So this is what I mean. Hopefully Buddy Hield just hits his open three-pointers. Although, look, he's not even getting as many now, right? Because he's not able to use Stephen Curry's gravity. Buddy Hield is going to get playing time. He has been a capable defender. This is the only thing that I've seen of Buddy that he could do better. I saw a couple times Buddy thought that he got fouled on offense, and he literally just lagged behind the play, sat was just sort of mopey, and everybody else beat him down the floor. So he was moping down the floor, trying to talk to an official while his guy had the ball and was scoring on the other end. That can't happen. Just stuff like that can't happen, right? I don't think that Buddy can have a whole offensive explosion like in games past, because Steph isn't there and Buddy is not a shot creator at all. He needs somebody else. He's a shooter. He needs somebody else to set him up. If Buddy Hield and players even like Moses Moody, if they can keep the margins clean by doing the little things perfect, I think that the Warriors can take this game. But no complaining, no whining. The Warriors have to work this game. They must work. They have to take it from the Timberwolves, or else Minnesota will win. They'll take the series, and I can't help you. I need triple-double Draymond Green. Wait, paging triple-double Draymond Green. I need that guy. Draymond Green needs at least, I think that he needs more than 10 points, right? He needs a triple-double. If the Warriors are going to be successful, they need a dangerous Draymond Green. A dangerous Draymond Green, my definition, is a Draymond Green who's incredibly focused, who is just about working, getting stops on defense, getting those baskets on offense, and creating for others. But look, Draymond definitely needs to dive more. When he's at the top of the key with the ball, he needs to call for a screener or screen. He needs to dive towards the basket and try to make a couple dunks, a layup, get to the line even. I would say I would rather see Draymond Green in this game driving and really diving to the basket, because I think that that's indicative of an aggressive Draymond Green, which is indicative of a Draymond Green who's going to make the right decisions. Because if Draymond Green is engaged, is doing all the little things, and has that drive and doesn't settle, the Warriors are going to be in good shape. So yeah, I know this stinks, but it's like, Draymond Green, you're a Hall of Famer. You're a champion. This is literally the moment that you have to step up for your fallen comrade in Stephen Curry. The dude who got you, I'm sorry, Draymond Green and Stephen Curry owe so much to each other as a teammate and relationship. But let's get real here, Dub Nation. Draymond Green owes a whole heck of a lot to Stephen Curry. Hey, don't talk about it on your podcast. Be about it on the floor tonight. Let's do it. And look, I'm going to say this as well. Draymond Green, this stinks, but Dub Nation, I think that we can bookmark this for later, but listen to this. Draymond Green stunk it up. He sucked last game. He was a punk last game. He didn't play well. He played poorly. That cannot happen again. And I'm going to say this. Bookmark this part. Or else. It can't happen again, or else. What are you talking about, C-Train? No, I'm not threatening Draymond Green or anything like that. That's not a threat. That's saying that if he discontinues to play basketball, the Warriors may discontinue to employ him as a basketball player. Does that sound fair? Sounds fair. Jimmy Butler needs to take upwards of 15 to 20 shots, I believe, from the field, while also playing great defense and being the primary ball handler. This is the game that the Warriors got Jimmy Butler for. Literally this one game. No, the Warriors got Jimmy Butler for games exactly like this. This is the game exactly like they put him up, so he's got to produce. He has to produce. Jonathan Kuminga, our boy Jonathan Kuminga. So it's not fair to ask Jonathan Kuminga to repeat that 30-point performance. However, it is fair to ask Jonathan Kuminga to stay within the flow of the game. Hopefully the ball doesn't stop too much, even though he's a ball stopper on offense. He's got to dig in on defense. And he's another player. He has to do the little things. He's got to do the little things. No turnovers, mitigate those turnovers, make the extra pass. If you don't have it, if you don't have anything, you got the ball, call a timeout. Have coach call up a play. This is what's difficult. This is the difficult, okay. I believe that Jonathan Kuminga can be a productive player in the NBA. I don't think he can with Stephen Curry on a Steve Kerr-led Warriors. I'm just saying that. I just don't. I'd love for him to prove me wrong. He hasn't yet. I think that a lot of people... I loved how Kuminga played last game. And also, the Warriors lost. Hold that thought. Pause. Why am I saying... Look, for however good Jonathan Kuminga, we think that he's playing, even though for however good he looks out there, okay? Because he looked good the Warriors are, I believe, 0-6. They might be even more, but when Kuminga in the playoffs plays more than 20 minutes, the Warriors have not won a game. Let that sink in. That's terrible. And like, if Joe Lacob doesn't see that and want to drive up Kuminga's trade value and get him out for a winner, I don't know what else to tell you. I think that almost my worst fear is that Jonathan Kuminga shows so much. Look, if the Warriors win, I don't care. I could care less about anything pretty much, right? But look, if the Warriors lose, my fear is that Jonathan Kuminga will have looked good and given Lacob the hope that he's going to somehow mesh with Curry. He doesn't fit with Curry. Stephen Curry and Kuminga don't mix, not even close to the same play style. The opposite play style, literally. And it doesn't mesh. It doesn't mesh. So like, one of my fears it's like, look, all is forgiven if Kuminga leads the Warriors to a win, right? Here's the deal. He hasn't ever. He's never done it. And when he's had the opportunity in the playoffs to produce and to contribute, and he's been given minutes of over 20, the Warriors have failed to win every single time. Nobody can write a comment or a video or anything in the world to make me change my mind about a human being that doesn't win. If you're not on the winning team and you're everybody scores points. Everybody gets rebounds. It's about your ability to do those things and also win. You have to win. So that's a tough one because I think that the Warriors are really in an interesting position with Kuminga, right? They're completely dependent on him. Kuminga must produce. He's got to score some points tonight. He has to produce. He's going to get the minutes. And also, they don't win when he gets the minutes. So is that not the definition of a catch-22, honestly? I think we might be onto something here, C-Train Station and everybody. So, GP2 and Moses Moody, wake up. That's all I have to say. Wake up! It saddens me what has become of Moses Moody in his confidence. If I could give any advice to Moses Moody, it's like pump fake on your three, take 2 dribbles and go and try to dunk the ball. Close your eyes if you want. That's better. That's a better move than what he's been doing. But it's been sad to see Moses Moody's regression. And I'll tell you what, Brandon Podziemski hasn't played amazingly well either. But the difference, in my opinion, is that the confidence level is that Podziemski is still usable because of his confidence level, because he believes in, and also he's got a little bit, he's more of a connector. Man, when Moses Moody doesn't have that confidence, he is done. And that is just a sad thing to see. Warriors are really going to have to figure out what they're doing with their roster this offseason. I see a few players who really have it, who are competitors game in and night out. And then I see a lot of other things, right? The interesting lineup. So Steve Kerr. Coach Kerr, it is not going to look, this win, if the Warriors win tonight, it's not going to look how Steve Kerr wants it to look. And he's got to be okay with that. The game will be herky-jerky because you don't have Steph running the show. The game will be herky-jerky because you have players like Jimmy Butler. You have more rugged wings like Jimmy Butler and Kuminga handling the ball. Also Draymond, right? Handling the ball, doing the business. The game is going to be dirty. Win it dirty and as clean a way as possible. The game will be dirty, so the Warriors need to be in it to grind. By dirty, I mean it'll be a grind to win, right? I do not see the Warriors pulling away with this in any way, shape, or form. I don't know how they can, honestly, with what they got right now. So as a team, maintain the tough defense. If things are stagnant on offense, move the ball. If somebody's got the ball for too long, move. Screen for somebody. If somebody has the ball and you found that you've had it for a few seconds, get rid of the ball and move. The Warriors are bailing the Timberwolves out through their stagnation on offense. And this is another thing. I think that the Timberwolves will gladly give Jimmy Butler and Kuminga these 30-point games because the way that the Warriors are getting those numbers in games, the ways that Kuminga's getting those 30 points, it's not in a winning way. As evidenced by, they do not win when Kuminga plays more than 20 minutes. They simply don't. It's a fact. Look, I don't want that to be a fact either. There are many facts in the world that I don't want to be a fact. This is another one. I wish that we like lived longer as human beings. You know what I mean? Or like that there was a simple, right? But it's a fact that we don't. We all don't live to be like 130, right? It's also a fact that the Warriors don't win when Jonathan Kuminga gets ample playing time. It has to change. It has to change tonight. And that changes through the way that Kuminga gets those points, by the way. And I get that look, I'm more of a Steve Kerr guy. I love the ball flowing. I love flow. It's not going to be the way that I want to see it either. So the Warriors are going to have to be in a slugfest. And in order to get out on the other side, the road to easy street, as John Madden would say. I'll end with this quote. The road to easy street runs through the sewer. That's what the Warriors got to get through tonight. Hey, thank you so much to those who subscribe, those who comment, those who like. I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about those subscribers and people who interact. I really appreciate it. Talking Warriors, talking sports is what I want to do for a living. It's what I do. So much love to everybody out there. And of course, for your Golden State Warriors content, like, subscribe, follow. Hey, leave a little comment or something like that. Do the notification thing. And I'll see you next time at C Train Station. Have a good one.